Ubisoft, like many other video game companies, are always finding ways to upset their players. They try to add in new monetization methods into their titles that are met with backlash. They try to go in wildly different directions for sequels of extremely popular games and meet a lot of backlash. But now gamers are enraged at Ubisoft for injecting ads into the middle of their video games. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So this is a TechSpot article that I wanted to start with. It says, WTF, Ubisoft is reportedly injecting pop-up ads into the middle of video games, interrupting gameplay and enraging players who are taking to social media and online message boards to vent their disapproval. Now, of course, Ubisoft is a massive company who is always looking to make a quick buck off of their players and always find ways to advertise their newest product. It's just the way that the wheel turns. Unfortunately, it's always moving forward, and that means that these CEOs are always looking for ways to get people more interested in their newest games, and according to posts online, ads have made their way into real-time gameplay in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. One gamer who reported the problem was a Redditor who said an ad came up when they tried to go to the map to check their location. The complaint was posted on the Xbox One subreddit suggesting that they were playing the game on Xbox One. And not only is this happening for Xbox players, but it appears to be happening for players of every platform, simply because after this had gone viral, there were several other people posting like, oh yeah, I've been dealing with this for a little while, not that long, but it has been happening to me too. And they have said things like, I'm on PC. And of course, if you're playing on PC, like if you're playing the latest game, Assassin's Creed Mirage, that is an Epic Game Store and Ubisoft Connect exclusive. But going back to the older titles, something like Steam has all of the older Assassin's Creed, something like Epic has all of the older Assassin's Creed. So it appears to be happening not just on Xbox, which is unfortunate in of itself, but to hear that it's happening on every platform and it's happening to many different people definitely raises a lot of red flags. So it says, as can be seen from the post on X, formerly Twitter, the pop-up seems to advertise a 20% Black Friday discount on the newest title, Assassin's Creed Mirage. So it seems like what is happening is while you are playing the older Assassin's Creed games, again, in this case it's Odyssey, they are now interrupting your gameplay with advertisements for their newest title, probably because they understand that people are not going to give up the older title, but they figure, why not start to advertise to them like, hey, you could get the newest Assassin's Creed experience and you can get it for a nice hefty discount, like 20%. Is a decent amount, especially when you're talking still about games that are full price or almost full price. And so they're trying to rope you in by saying, well, while you're enjoying this older Assassin's Creed game, this new one is a bunch of money off, so you might as well purchase it. So after you finish the one you're playing, you can go straight to the next installment. Like, it's such a scummy thing to do to interrupt gameplay. It's one thing to have, advertisements for your latest title in like a main menu screen, but anytime I click continue or load game, you should not be interrupting my gameplay with an advertisement for another game. As soon as I click that button in my title, you should not be interrupting me with advertisements, okay? I understand at the end of the day, companies need to make money, but all you are going to do is push people away if you implement interrupting gameplay pop-up ads to your titles. And of course, this has gone absolutely viral now, okay? People are not happy about this. People are very disappointed in Ubisoft and just whoever decided that this would be acceptable. People are saying things like, imagine paying $70 for a AAA game with ads and feel like a free mobile game, right? Like, I understand in a free-to-play game, when you're in a main menu screen, you know, an advertisement popping up like, oh, hey, we have this new sale going on or something. But in the middle of a $70 AAA title, that is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. People are saying things like, I'd instantly refund the game. People are also sharing things like Ubisoft actually closes your account if you haven't logged in some time. This was a big situation a few months ago. I'm sure a lot of you remember, and a lot of people were getting these emails saying Ubisoft account closure due to inactivity, and people are just bringing up that over the past couple of years, Ubisoft has not been stellar about communicating with their player base, but they've also made many poor decisions when it comes to their games that have forced people away from their titles. Like this, Ubisoft makes a lot of money from microtransactions and it wants more. They said that, you know, add-on content was a major booster to profitability, and it has been for years at this point, and they're just trying to find ways to make more money. And then, of course, when Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out, there was major backlash as fans accused Ubisoft of focusing on microtransactions over bug fixes. They have faced major backlash over the years. And that's probably not going to stop anytime soon if they're going to shove pop-up advertisements into their full-price titles. But going back to the tweet about the pop-ups itself, people were saying things like, imagine landing your last hit to kill and secure the boss and suddenly this kind of ad pops out. Don't ask me what happens next. I definitely think that there, you know, are a lot of people who are correct in saying, well, you know, we don't know how far this is gonna go. We only have a few reports of this. And while I completely agree, it is important to call out every single instance of things like this happening that we do not like, because if we don't, then in 6 months it might be happening in the newest Ubisoft title where they're trying to promote another game, maybe in another franchise that they recently released. Like, if we do not call them out and say how much we dislike things like this, they're always going to push the limits. They're never going to stop. So it's so important to call them out. Even if we only have a few people reporting this happening, nobody should be reporting this happening, because it should not be happening at all whatsoever. Like, they could even going forward try to shove something like this into base games, but if you buy like deluxe editions, oh, maybe you won't get pop-ups anymore. It will be like an ad-free experience, which of course would infuriate so many people and definitely hurt their bottom line. But if they start to, you know, push this into a lot of their games, then other companies will also feel emboldened to do the same thing. It's like when loot boxes became extremely popular, you know, 2 to 3 companies like EA, for example, started shoving loot boxes into all their games, and then you had, you know, the Activisions that were doing it, and then everyone was doing it because, well, these couple of companies got away with it, so why shouldn't everybody else be able to get away with it? I mean, only time will tell. Maybe they will still attempt to you know, put this into other games, but make it less annoying. Maybe this is just their plan going forward. We don't really know, and we won't know for a long time until, say, Assassin's Creed Mirage is the last game to come out, and there's the new game after it, which should be Assassin's Creed. Right now, it's just codenamed Red. So there's a long time until we actually find out if this is their kind of set in stone plan. But unfortunately, this is what Ubisoft has put into their latest titles. They are now interrupting gameplay with pop-up ads trying to sell you more content, and gamers are absolutely furious over it. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.